What's good, everybody? It's your favorite Shut Up and React. Thank you for tuning in to this live. We about to get true crime popping, man. We got some breaking, well, kind of sort of breaking news. My camera is having some malfunctions right now, so I am not on camera. Next time I do it, I will be on camera. All right, let's get this road on the show. Call in line is popping too. So if you'd like to call in, 315-726-3458. That is the call-in number. 315-726-3458. Let's look at these clips. We're going to talk about Anna Walsh. We're going to talk about Anna Walsh. And we're going to talk about Brian Kohberger. Now, it's two stunning things have happened in the last time that I've went live about this. One, Anna Walsh, her husband has just been charged with murder. Dismembering her body, throwing it in a dumpster. I could have called it. I was trying to be nice and not put dirt until we have all the facts, but the facts remain. This is what's going on. All right, this is what happened. So, let's look at these clips, and y'all can call in if you want to call in. If you don't, that's cool. If you want to hit the panel, that's cool. But we rocking out. Let's go.
Mercedes Coleman, criminal defense attorney and Fox News legal analyst. Brian, as usual, laid it out very well there. Mercedes, what's your reaction? What goes through your mind when you hear about this brand new information?
And how many times have we sat on this desk and heard the same story, that there's some violence precipitating the disappearance of a woman or man in some sort of domestic violence? In my own family, my sister died in a violent relationship. So we see this, and his suspicious behavior began at the very inception of her disappearance. Not calling the police.
Right.
Like you mentioned, there are 3 babies at home, 2, 4, and 6.
That's what I said. Now pause. That's what I said. I said if your wife, now when you look at this from a logical standpoint, like, come on, you could have called it. But if you're married and you don't report your significant other missing, that's a problem. That's already a red flag.
The mother is not around, doesn't call, her phone stops pinging on January 2nd, yet he doesn't call the police. Her work calls the police because her behavior is aberrant. She didn't make the flight that she was supposed to make for a work emergency in D.C. We know that she was living in Massachusetts, working in D.C., doesn't make the flight, sort of disappears off the grid, and then you start to unpackage everything that law enforcement suspected. The cleaning supplies paid by cash. I don't know, you have $450 in your wallet to pay for cleaning supplies? Most people pay with a credit card. No, but he chose to pay with cash. Then you talk about all of the searches he made on the computer. How weird. How to dispose of a 115-pound body. Guess what? She's 5'2" and 115 pounds. How weird.
You goofy for that. You goofy for that. You are goofy for that. You know damn well they was gonna search your hard drives. They was gonna search everything. You just stupid. Why? That's like OJ making a book and saying, I didn't do it, but if I did do it, this is how I would have done it. Goofy. You deserve life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Not likely a coincidence. A bloody knife. The blood that was found in the basement. It's just unbelievable. We haven't found the body yet, and you know defense attorneys are going to turn around and say, hey, no body, no case. That's what's going to be the defense. But his walk, the perp walk, he's so disassociated from what's happening. He's cuffed.
I mean, you don't have to have a body to be found
Look at this.
guilty of murder, but it certainly helps.
Look at this. Look. And see, I be trying to give it to y'all. Not how the rest of these sleuths and whatnot, whatever y'all want to call these people. I be trying to give it to y'all straight up. No chaser. Look at this man's face. He is not on the level of her. She wanted to get a divorce. That man is smiling because he thinking, man, listen, if I can't have her, ain't nobody having her. That's what he thinking. If I can't have her, ain't nobody, because you know he not scooping up nothing else. He's not going to get another woman that's has the looks of her. Let's just, and whether you like whatever girls, tall girls, short girls, black girls, white girls, fat girls, skinny girls, thick, whatever. She was out his class. Period. Point blank. She married him because he had money. And I'm on, and sorry if I'm assuming or whatnot, but whatever. Alright? We're gonna call it straight up. Because she shouldn't have been with him. And everything ain't about looks, but God damn it, trust me. God damn it, trust me.
This is the prosecutor back on January the 9th, which is actually the day that he walked out there, making her case. Watch this.
He's on surveillance at that time, purchasing about $450 worth of cleaning supplies. That would include mops, bucket, tops, T-Vex, drop cloths, as well as various kinds of tape. Blood was found in the basement area, as well as a knife which also contains some blood.
Yeah, it's just chilling. And you watch him standing there while she's talking about the things that he bought. And just pull this picture up from Instagram because she did something very strange before she disappeared. She started changing her Instagram posts.
Told you.
Right.
This one, she's injured.
Yep.
And she says it was at work.
Wow.
She talks about having a mild concussion, a bruised hip, and a cut. And this was a while
At
back.
work?
When he was under investigation for art fraud, she was encouraging them to be lenient on him and said all of these very positive things about him. What does that tell you?
It's such a sick cycle. I mean, there's a psychological hold and with partners that are in these domestic violent relationships. We don't understand it. We can't unpackage it, but there is this crazy psychological hold that individuals who are the battered individuals have, that they have
true.
to help their batterer.
That's
in
true.
this case, she actually put an affidavit in and saying what a loving, wonderful husband he was and what a great father.
Wow.
And please be lenient. We need him home. I mean, this is so just different than the man that is now accused of her murder.
Yeah, and who knows what kind of pressure he might have placed on her to do those
Right.
things.
Right.
For him. So thank goodness he was already in custody.
Yes.
I mean, they don't have to find this guy. They've
Exactly.
already got a Mercedes. So what next?
Well, while he's in custody, it's open field day. They can go in. That's why they were able to gain access to the house. They can gather the evidence and slow it down.
He
because
don't give
already
a
they were
fuck.
very
He
suspicious
out here
of his
smiling,
behavior.
y'all.
So they
Smiling.
suspected pretty much early on. that
Hit the
he
like
may
button
have
if you
been
in the
the
bushes,
killer.
please.
If
Hit the
in
like
fact
button
he
if
was
you're in the
dead. I mean, at
bushes.
that point, there was just a missing person. But
I know if you're in the bushes and you're new to this channel, whatever, you can type, you can have input, you can do, you can chat, you know what I mean? Or you can hit the call in line. The call in line is scrolling on the bottom. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this, okay? Let me know. We got 4 people typing, 15 in the bushes, and we got 8 likes. Come on, let's get it up to 10, 12, something like that, and we're going to keep on rolling. Let's go.
the fact that she was off radar starting on January 2nd, and a week later there still hadn't been any sighting of her, no calls, none of that. There was obviously suspicions at that point that she was actually dead.
Well, the second charge is disinterment,
Right.
which is moving a body.
Yes. So what likely, if I were the prosecutor, I would suspect that she was killed in the basement. That's where there's all this blood evidence. That's where the knife was found.
Correct.
Then moving the body where they will have to start looking for places like you find and garbage receptacles, landfill, any of those things that can be.
Was at his mother's house apparently, and they've checked that dumpster, but nothing there. So, Mercedes, thank you very much.
That's crazy, man.
Today, Brian Walsh has been accused of murdering his wife Anna. We'll stay on that story for you.
I'm Steve Ducey. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe.
That is crazy. Let's go to the other clip.
Do you want to know how publishing little...
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know, all right? I don't.
I'm going to bring you live into the courthouse right now in Quincy, where Brian Walsh, there he is there live on your screen, has just been brought in to face a judge for these new murder charges. Let's listen in.
Look at his face.
you'll be pleased to enter. You understand the charge, Mr. Walsh? I do. I'm here from the Commonwealth.
Look at you.
We're not
Look at you.
bail or probable cause, so we would ask that you be released.
Thank you, Ms. Steiner, but I have to satisfy myself with probable cause. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Lynn Beeland for the Commonwealth. The defendant is now before the court charged with murder of his wife, Anna Walsh, as well as disinterring of a body.
Look at his face when she's saying this. Look at this man's face. All these dudes have all this in common, man. These murderers and whatnot. Now, when we talk about Brian Kohberger, Brian Kohberger, he got the same eyes, man. Same eyes. These dudes, and don't give me, oh, it's the jail thing. He's just tired, and these dudes have no soul, man. No soul. None. So your wife wants to leave you. That's what she kept saying. It's going to be a big surprise coming into New Year. She was divorcing this man. She was tired. She was tired. She was tired. She was tired of having to fucking make believe that they had a perfect life. This man was frauding, selling fake Andy Warhols, selling, just doing wild, all type of crazy shit. She probably went to him like, listen, this is over. We got to get a divorce. We're not happy. I'm not happy. He fronted, faked the front, and then decided, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you type shit. Now, look, you got a mother gone, and you got a dad that's about to get sent up the river. Forever. Where the kids at?
I was 39 years old and mother of 3 children, 2, 4, and 6. Anna worked in Washington, D.C., splitting her time weekdays between D.C. during the week and staying in her house in Cohasset, where she lived with the defendant and their 3 kids. On January 4th of 2023, Cohasset police received a call from her Washington, D.C. employee indicating that she was missing. She was due to report to work on January 4th, but did not appear. She had a flight on January 3rd.
Look at this face, man. I want to punch it. I want to punch it. What's up, Quill? What up, Lucy? King Hazy? Mindy? What's shaking? Yes, if you would like to donate to the channel, please hit the Cash App, $ PEONLY. Hit the like button and subscribe.
She stated she took an Uber or a Lyft to go to the airport, that she was returning to D.C. for work. Records were checked, and there were no Uber or Lyft to that house on January 1st. Defendant said he had not spoken to his wife since the early morning hours on New Year's Day. Cohasset police were granted permission to bing on his phone to locate her or her phone. And his phone indicated that it was stationary in the area of the Cohasset house on New Year's Eve until 3:14 a.m. on January 2nd. There were no outgoing calls made at that time, and at 3:14 a.m. on the 2nd was turned off. Defendant stated Anna should have been wearing a dress, a black jacket, hunter boots, watch, ring, as well as carrying a Prada purse. Defendant gave a timeline of 6 or 6:10 a.m. on the 1st when he last saw her.
Where do you guys think he disposed of this body? Now, they say that, Quill say that this dude's parents live close by him. So, and he popped out there. He went out there. That's how they got all the DNA evidence and whatnot. That's got to be the worst feeling in the world, man. Like, if you're a family member and whatnot, to not even know where he or she may be. That's why I give a lot of shout out and a lot of love to the brothers who are who do the scuba diving, Adventures with a Purpose. Okay, they do the scuba diving. They do it for free. They got all this groundbreaking equipment, and they go and they search in these places where cops have already searched, and they are cracking so many cases by just doing what they're just doing the work. They got ground penetrating sonar They can see where objects are. Obviously, with our climate getting warmer, the water levels are going down. So now places where they can't go back in 20 years, they can go now. And they're finding all type of cold cases and whatnot. So shout out to them, man. Adventurers with a Purpose, I believe the name is. I'll get it correct.
What I'd like to do now is just describe his actions in the days from January 1st. Defendant indicated on January 1st at 3 p.m. he did some errands and went to his mother's house in Swampscott, but got lost because he didn't have his phone. He said he knew he was lost when he saw the pirate ship on Route 1. Defendant stayed 15
They're looking at this dump. You see the dump in the background? Look at how big that. Look, that could be, she could be anywhere.
On January 1st, defendant Googled using his son's iPad. Some of his searches are as follows. Keep in mind that the defendant said he left at 6 a.m. At 4:55 a.m. on January 1st, he searched how long before a body starts to smell. At 4:58 a.m., how to stop a body from decomposing.
Wow.
At 5:20 a.m., he searched how to found a body.
Oh, look at him shaking his head. That wasn't you?
10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to.
If you really need to.
5 a.m. on the 1st, how long for someone to be missing to inherit. At 6:34
What?
on the 1st, can you throw away body parts? At 9:29 a.m., what does formaldehyde do?
What?
At 9:34 a.m. on the 1st, how long does DNA last?
What? You searched what? You searched all that? Man, if you don't get your scoop-de-doop head ass out of here, boy. Look, you searching how long does it take for DNA to... Nigga, DNA is forever. What? DNA is forever. Man.
At 9:59 a.m., can identification be made on partial remains? At 11:34
Wow.
dismemberment and the best ways to dispose of a body.
Wow.
At 11:44, how to clean blood from wooden floor. At 11:56 on the 1st, luminol to detect blood. At 1:08, what happens when you put body parts in ammonia? At 1:21,
Wow.
throw crime scene clothes away or wash them. Those were on the January 1st. There was also information gained from the defendant's phone, which showed on January 2nd he was at Home Goods in Norwell, where he purchased 3 rugs. There were also more Google searches on January 2nd. At 12:45 p.m., hacksaw best tool to dismember. At 1:10 p.m., can you be charged with murder without a body?
Wow.
At 1:14 p.m.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Time out. Time out. Did you see the eye twitch? When she said, can you get charged with a murder without a body? His fucking right eye went crazy. Don't listen to the words. Look at his right eye went crazy. Let me try to zoom this in. His right eye went bananas. Damn, they won't let me zoom it in. Fuck it. I ain't gonna zoom it in. I'm gonna replay it. And I want y'all to look at this shit again. That's a telltale sign right there, boy. You might as well just get rid of your lawyer and just say, fuck it. I'm ready.
Number. At 1:10 p.m., can you be charged with murder without a body?
Look at that. Look at that eye. How are you blinking one eye? Are you a lizard?
On January 2nd,
Is he a fucking gecko?
the defendant was seen on surveillance at the Home Depot in Rockland. In checking the surveillance, the defendant is observed on a security camera pushing a cart. Items included cleaning products, mops, brushes, tape, towel, a Tyvek suit with book covers, buckets, goblets, baking soda, a hatchet. He had a face mask and rubber gloves on at the time he was pushing the cart in Home Depot.
His
5:32, he was seen at the Derby Street in Hingham, now removing the gloves and the mask.
This is insane, y'all. This dude didn't, like, and this may sound, no, they ain't find the body. Nope. This may sound, I don't want this to come out the wrong way when I say this, but this dude didn't do any preparation whatsoever. You really murdered your wife, bro. Like, because she wanted a divorce. Then you just sealed the deal for the DA. Like, you're done, bro. You are good as cooked. Regardless if they can't find a body or not, that is not always true. That's not always true. No body, no case. That's not true. They will still, and they are still going to slay you without a body. They're still going to slay you. Craziness, man.
His phone also tracked his whereabouts on January 3rd. Locations were traveled at 4:27 on January 3rd to an apartment complex in Abington.
Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like button if you're new here.
Exit a car near the dumpster.
Next to the car.
Next to the dumpster carrying a garbage bag. He's leaning and...
Is that one of Doc or Tommy's people? Next to the car in the garbage can. Next to the car. Go park the car.
Hefty to the dumpster. He walks to the dumpster with the garbage bag.
The dumpster.
On 4:48, he hit another complex in Abington, and at 5:10 p.m., cell phone shows records at another apartment in Brockton.
Apartment.
Video shows a party consistent with his appearance and his Volvo. Again, he discarded items.
His eye is making me really, really pissed off.
On January 3rd, that same day, at 1:02 p.m., he did some more Google searches. What happens to hair on a dead body?
Wow.
13 p.m. What is the rate of decomposition of a body found in a plastic bag compared to on a surface in the woods?
What?
1:20 p.m.
What? Yo, this got to be the dumbest. You about the dumbest. You about the dumbest killer known ever. Yeah, he got that. Yeah, he got that winky wink. He got that eye that winks. You might as well say what happens when you murder your wife on the day of January 31st at 6 p.m. in the basement, and then you dismember her body with a hacksaw, and you put it in a plastic bag, and you put ammonia in it, and you bury it along Route 11 and on the corner of South and 45th Street at dusk, and you put you might as well give it all up. You might as well give it all up. You goofy ass, you done told them everything they need to know. What happens when you just Googling, didn't you know Google was the feds? They give up everything. They give up everything. Twitch eye, his eye just twitching. Just look at it. Look at his eye. Look, and the cameraman ain't shit right now. The cameraman ain't shit. They closing it up on him. Look at him. They zooming in. They zooming in on Twitch eye. Look.
The following day, the defendant went to Home Goods and TJ Maxx. He purchased towels as well as bath mats and men's clothing. At 4:15 that day on the 4th, he went to Lowe's where he purchased squeegees and a trash can. On January 4th...
Don't do the eye thing that close, man. Please don't. Please don't.
On a well-being check, officers observed his Volvo with seats down and a plastic liner in the back of the car. The next day, a view of the Volvo showed his seats...
He's biting down on his jaw. You see him biting down on his jaw?
And the carpet appeared to show fresh vacuum streaks. When asked about the liner, the defendant said he threw it in the trash. Chemists later analyzed the car and was present blood in the car. On January 5th, review of the data...
There go that eye.
...phone showed his phone traveled at 8 a.m. First to his daycare and then to Swampscott, where his mother resides. The phone traveled to the complex where his mother lives at 9:30 a.m.
Look at him.
About 5 minutes around the building to the southeast corner.
Crazy.
In the southeast corner of that complex is where there was a dumpster. The dumpster was later secured and searched. On January 8th, police and crime scene services searched the house in Cohasset. They found blood.
Now let's let's keep it a stack right now. Let's really keep it 100. He about, I don't even know how old. He a lot older than her. You know, look at him, look at her, right? Whatever your preference is, cool, whatever. She's out of his league. He knew that. He also knew, doesn't matter if you got kids with her or not. Divorce, she's not going to be yours, bro. She's gone. She's gone. He couldn't take that because he knew his gobble neck ass couldn't get anything else. He's not going to get anything else. He wasn't going to get anything else. When dudes do that, that's the low. That you're the lowest form, low form. You're selfish. It's. He's not gonna last long in jail. He's not, because he's weak. He's weak.
The knife was damaged. A second knife was also found in that basement. In addition, there was heavy duty.
Did he just shake his head no?
Purchased from that Home Depot. As part of the investigation, police checked for activity on honest credit cards, banks, flights.
Of course they're gonna find him. He gave everything to him.
Since she was last seen on January 1st. Police also tried to track down what happened to the bags that the defendant was seen throwing in the dumpster earlier. This was over in Abington. These bags and what was in them were already picked up and taken to a location for shredding and to be incinerated. By the time police located that, they were already destroyed. However, investigators did secure and search the dumpsters from defendant's mother's complex in Swampscott. It was searched at a transfer station in Peabody. Investigators recovered 10 trash bags. Inside the trash bags, many of these items contained stains consistent with blood, affected a lot. Among the items secured were towels, rags, slippers, tape, Tyvek suit, gloves, cleaning agents, carpets, rugs, hunter boots, Prada purse, a COVID-19 vaccine card in the name of Alana Walsh.
Wow.
Also a hatchet and some cutting shears. The purse and boots were described as what Anna was last seen in. A portion of the rug was heavily stained with red-brown stains. The substance was consistent with also having baking soda on it. There was a portion of a necklace consistent with one that Anna had been seen wearing in photos. The state crime lab performed testing on certain selected items that were recovered from those trash bags.
Yeah, they searching right now, y'all. They searching that big ass dump.
The findings are as follows. On the slippers in the interior, Anna and Brian Walsh were contributors to the DNA on those slippers which had blood on them. On the exterior, Anna and Brian Walsh contributed to the DNA found on those slippers. The Tyvek suit. On the interior cuffs, Anna and Brian Walsh contributed to the DNA that was left on them. On the exterior left pant leg, Anna Walsh was contributed to the DNA. On the interior right sleeve, Anna Walsh was a contributor to the DNA that was found on the Tyvek suit. There was tissues which found that Anna Walsh contributed to the DNA.
Unbelievable.
There was one other earlier Google search, which would be of note. On December 27th, defendant Googled, what's the best state to divorce for a man? Rather than divorce, it was believed that Brian Walsh had dismembered Anna Walsh and discarded her body. The
Wow.
later discarded in Swampscott and contained Anna's property and the items used to clean up, as well as the DNA that was left behind. The Commonwealth is asking the defendant to be held without bail for the murder of his wife.
Wow.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Senator will be held without bail pending indictment. Do we have a date for
for the February 9th. Oh, February 9th, apologize. If we want to put on the status on that day?
And that's by Zoom, Your Honor, correct?
By Zoom.
Yes, thank you.
Status date or problem cause?
Status date is fine, Your Honor.
February 9th for
Yo, something is really wrong with people, man. Like, all over a divorce? A divorce. You rather kill your wife, dismember her body. Now, killing, yes, you got to be a soulless motherfucker to kill your wife. I am of the mindset that killing in very, 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 very specific, for very specific reasons, I would look past it. One of the reasons would be someone doing something to my child. That's it. Someone doing something to one of my children in any manner. Game on. Let's get it. That's about it. That's about it. So to kill your wife, and not only kill, but dismember. Now let's get into the dismembering part. You gotta sit there and cut through. I'm not gonna get graphic. That's a different type of soulless motherfucker. That's a different type of, we talking about some, he's done this shit before down the line in previous lives. He's done it before. In your first go around, you ain't chopping up. You're not chopping up. You know what I'm saying? You're not sawing through stuff. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying. This crazy, man.
Thank you.
Special kind of factual fact, man. Go and get your scoop diddy doop head ass on out of here, boy.
You need bread.
Damn, man. So I don't know about the murder trial of Andre McDonald. This one is live too, and I haven't done anything on that. So if I do pop out and look at that, it's just strictly looking at that. All right, so we're gonna flip and bounce to Brian Kohberger, the Idaho students, real quick. Now, this man, Brian Kohberger, he was texting and DMing. He DM'd one of the victims, the girls, 12 times. Previously, people were thinking that it was a spur of the moment situation, that they weren't targeted, that they weren't, you know what I'm saying, that it was just boom, boom, boom. Which goes to show you that nothing in this damn world is just by coincidence. Like, a lot of people like to say coincidence is coincidence. Some stuff, I'm on a 95.5 with the coincidence stuff. Right? Everything happens for a reason. He DM'd the girl 12 times. I think they saying that the DMs went to her spam box, so she didn't see him. She didn't see him. But this, coupled with the fact that his cell phone pinged at their house, I don't know how many times, over a dozen times. He was stalking these children. Let's listen to Brian Buckmeyer. Brian, what do you say, Brian?
Covered post made by an online forum may give us insight into Brian Kohberger's character. When he was a teenager, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students posted on a forum dedicated to a condition known as visual snow. He wrote in part, "I feel like an organic sack of meat with no
Pause. What?
As I hug my family, I look into their faces, I see nothing. It is like I am looking at a video game, but less. Visual snow syndrome is a disorder where..."
Hold on, Brian. Hold on, Mr. Buckmeyer. He said he feel like an organic sack of meat? Wow. Okay. All right.
Someone sees static. In more than 100 posts between 2009 and 2012, Kohberger reportedly wrote that visual snow led to anxiety, poor self-image, and, quote, crazy thoughts. These revelations come as Kohberger's public defender pours through discovery, preparing for a preliminary hearing this summer. So far, police have only named Kohberger as a suspect. Investigators point to evidence like cell phone tower pings, an eyewitness, and DNA at the Idaho scene. But there are questions about what information Moscow police may have had before they got the warrants that led to those discoveries. If defense counsel were able to show police had little to go on, everything that came after could be in jeopardy. Law and crime correspondent Angela Levy spoke with the former attorney of Scott Peterson on a recent episode of our podcast Sidebar. She says poking holes is a good strategy to have.
Yes, you have to look at everything all together, which is what the prosecution is going to do. They're going to say, you've got this piece, you've got that piece. Put them all together. My goodness, that's a very strong circumstantial evidence. But our job as criminal defense attorneys is to break it up, break it apart, and start attacking.
That's a fact, Mac. As soon as he get done, that nigga, let's roll up, nigga. Look, hurry up, nigga. Pull the car around, nigga. There's a whole shit. Hey, the camera's on. Hi, my name's Brian Buckmeyer, and I'm here. He had an interview voice. But we know we got to do that, though. We know we got to do that. Some people don't get it. Some people don't understand it. So they go into interviews like, hey, man, I'm looking for a job and shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. They don't know how to flip and bounce it. You got to have an interview voice. Brian Buckmeyer here. Yeah, you got to.
Every single piece separately and show the jury or the court in a prelim the issues, the unreliability of that evidence. And for example, the shoes, the shoe prints, very common, right? Bushy eyebrows, my goodness, that's pretty common. If you ask me, most men are going to fall under that category. How do you narrow down the group of suspects if you're saying bushy eyebrows? That's not enough to identify and ID anyone. So yes, there are some issues here.
What?
Sorry, we know that
Talk to him,
insanity
Brian.
is not a defense to murder in Idaho, but do you think that Kohberger may try to claim that his visual disorder somehow impaired his reasoning?
Well, if I were his defense attorney, I would definitely try to claim that. I don't think it's going to prevail, though. I mean, you're right. In Idaho, you absolutely don't have the insanity defense. But if he tries to say
Here we
that
go,
he was
part
mentally
2.
impaired and he could not tell the difference between right and wrong, he didn't have the mens rea, the intent there, then I think they could possibly come up with some sort of defense. But this new illness, this snow vision illness, I think unless they can show that it makes people think differently, he's not going to be able to succeed.
Yeah, I don't know much about that syndrome, but definitely got to dig into it. Jesse, do you see any issue with how the police obtained evidence against Kohberger?
Well, it's not clear, but I think it's something that his defense attorney should explore. Look, for a search warrant, you need probable cause. If we go back to the affidavit, there's only a few mentions of a search warrant.
Goofy, look at his
search
eyes.
Warrant to get all of the cellular devices that were connecting to the tower near the crime scene. In fact, Brian Kohberger's cell phone didn't ping at the time of the killings, but they said as a result of that, it looked like he might have turned his phone off.
No shit.
From there, they got a second search warrant that actually...
Now, pause. Do you see the difference between a person who studies he goes to school for this, as opposed to a motherfucker in Brian Walsh who is Googling what happens to a right femur bone when you put it in plastic after you chopped it up off of your wife and put it in a plastic bag. And I'm not being insensitive here. And if you put it in a plastic bag and you dump ammonia on it and you tie it up in a knot, then you put it in the woods underneath the biggest tree closest to the road. Like, you see the difference, right? This dude turning off his cell phone. He messed up some too. But it's a big difference.
They looked at his cell phone records, and we all know that there were some questionable movements of his cell phone. But when it came to the car evidence, when it came to the DNA, I didn't see anything about a search warrant. Does that mean that they applied for it and they didn't mention it in the affidavit? Did they not get a search warrant? It's not entirely clear, but I think it's definitely something that's going to be explored by the defense.
Yeah, what came from the search warrant seems pretty damning, but the question is, what probable cause do they have to get those warrants, and kind of brings them...
Come on, Mr. Buckmeyer? They just gonna turn off Buckmeyer like that? Oh, that was it? Okay. Well, let's go look for another clip, man. Let's go look for another clip. We already saw that one, that Boston one. There's a lot of... So, I never knew how big the true crime sectors are. And what that did for me was make me realize how many sick motherfuckers it is in the world. There's so much... Hold on, let's look at this.
For suspect Brian Kohberger, and I'm live here with a special guest in the WFLA Now Stream Center. Welcome into the Stream Center. JB here with you live across all platforms. Let's bring in our special guest, Clearwater attorney
Bless
Peter
one.
Tragos.
Salute,
That's
my
Peter.
guy.
Peter's right here. Peter Tragos, the lawyer you know, who stopped in today. You were in Were you in Tampa? You were just
Around
in? You were around Tampa. And stopping in to provide some of his expertise as to the big questions today surrounding Brian Kohberger, the lone suspect in the Idaho student murders, the savage stabbing deaths of Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, and Maddie. And we're going to break down some of the big legal questions. But before we do, we're going to say hello to our Facebook Live, YouTube Live comment section joining us. I know that a lot of Peter's...
I think this is a little old, though. I don't like to listen to old shit.
Well, you can file in
I gotta have that up to date.
Hashtag lawyery, no questions. But before we begin, Peter, I just want to bring you in here. What was your initial takeaway from the hearing today with the...
I gotta have that up to date.
On WFLA Now, this is Hey JB. Here's JB Buno.
JB Buno. I gotta come up with my reporter name. What my reporter name should be, y'all. I gotta have a Brian Buckmeyer name. I gotta have a spiffy name, y'all.
And the brutal stabbing deaths of
Hinklefitz
University
McGee.
of Idaho students remains this why. Today we look at the evidence, and alongside our special guest expert in the Stream Center, we're breaking down the hunt for a motive. Live on WFLA Now.
He close as shit to the camera. God damn.
Live across all platforms. We're really going to be featuring a lot of your comments in this upcoming stream alongside retired FBI agent Jennifer Coffendorfer joining us here.
Jennifer
live in the
Coffin.
WFLA Now Stream Center.
Hey man, they got the coldest names. Look, JB Buno, Brett Buckmeyer, Jennifer Coffendorfer. Yo, these is the coldest names in television right now. Especially Jennifer Coffendorfer. She a retired FBI agent. Mrs. Coffendorfer. Lieutenant Coffendorfer. That's a fire-ass name right there, boy.
Jennifer, this is our first time together, you and I, in the Stream Center. Welcome in.
Thank you so much. Your center is beautiful, and how impromptu and fun to be here. Good to be here.
Jennifer was in town. We could not pass on the opportunity to bring her in and talk about several key cases, including, of course, we're going to lead here talking about the situation regarding Idaho. We're also, later on in the stream, going to be going over what's going on in the search for missing Massachusetts mother Anna Walsh. We'll also be talking a little bit about the lawsuit between the families of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. But I want to begin this live stream, Jennifer, by talking about the very latest in the Idaho student murders. We're talking, of course, now about a 5-month delay between now and the next pretrial hearing. A lot of questions to get answered, but really the question that has remained from day one, really since the arrest of suspect Brian Kohberger, the question since day one, since the remains of the 4 students were found in that house on Kings Road, is why. And this is the question that people want answered more than anything.
You mean why?
Right. It's so hard to understand how someone who was a PhD student, who had no criminal record, who was much like many students on campus, TAs and so forth, somebody seemingly pretty normal, could commit this heinous of a crime.
Hash oil everywhere. I'm high as shit.
So what we have to look at is different writings that we now have that we believe that are attributed to him.
Why?
As well as
What do you mean why?
the
You know why.
exact
He's an
crime
incel.
and nature themselves. And then some footage that we have with his interaction with his father, to me, that was a little bit telling in terms of control. And you add that all together.
She analyzing his ass.
At least a possible picture
CSI
based
style.
on information.
So his profile, his makeup, his character, and his experiences earlier on in life, how does that inform us as to what we're dealing with now as he is a suspect in the murders of these 4 students?
Well, certainly the lack of empathy and the situation regarding a lot of his writings, the darkness that you can see there, JB. Somebody who is capable of committing this type of murders, lacks empathy. They don't feel for their victims. They overcome their victims in a powerful and controlling way. And that was certainly indicated in this case.
Yeah, and what was the most striking thing, Jennifer, that we have learned as we talked about this on stream as soon as Kohberger was arrested, as soon as he started to appear in court, and as soon as we started to hear more and more from various people that he has worked with or known in his life, we knew that there was going to be this massive effort underway to dig into his past. Social media to me is so tricky because you think that you know who is actually behind the accounts, but you never really know.
Pause. Message. And I'm gonna say message again because that's I classify YouTube as social media. You never know who's behind these avatars. You don't know who's behind these avatars. Even if you dox a motherfucker to death, you still don't know. Because what you're getting when you dox a person is you're going on another social media profile to get pictures and information and whatnot. Well, now you're going from one to another. You're never gonna really know. And that's the scary part. That's not scary. I mean, I'm not saying scary for like me, but that's the scary part because we could be rubbing elbows with rapists, with murder. We rubbing elbows with all that right now, and we don't even know it.
I'm sure somebody could make a copycat account of just about anybody out there. So you never really know for certain who's behind the posts or shares or comments that come from various accounts, and that can get tricky from time to time. However, when it comes to digging into his past, what is the number one thing that has stuck out to you over the course of this discovery process as we have a suspect now who is accused of these crimes?
Well, the number one thing that stuck out was his area of study. You know, quite interesting, and it's something that we've seen with other prolific killers in our history, individuals who study crime and who study exactly the criminal justice system, how it works, and they know about it. So that was, of course, the first thing that stuck out to me as somewhat unique, but not entirely unique for people who commit.
I'm gonna touch on the dirty sector after this.
I'm always looking at paperwork, and I'm gonna go back to the probable cause affidavit. And
a little bit,
as
not
we
much.
learn more and more about his makeup, his character, and I want to make this clear, and we should have said this at the very beginning of the stream. We're of course talking about a suspect in this case, innocent until proven guilty. This is somebody who is accused in these crimes, but somebody who has said through his legal representation that he is going to look for every means possible to be exonerated and clear his name.
Wow.
However, he is innocent until proven guilty. While the court of public opinion and the court of law, they differ.
True.
You and I know this, Jennifer. In the court of law, he is innocent until proven
In the court of public
guilty.
opinion, you done. You cook.
I want to go to the evidence. I want to go to the
goose,
probable cause affidavit, because while we're learning more about who Brian
Children.
Kohberger was
Children.
to this point in his life, what the connection is,
Children,
and the connection that exists between him and the 4 victims. And the one thing that I keep going back to, Jennifer, is page 16. And I'm gonna read just the entirety of the paragraph here. And this is, we talked about digital forensics on previous streams. I want to go over the cell phone activity regarding Brian Kohberger. On December 13th, December 23rd, 2022, pursuant to that search warrant, I received historical records for the phone from AT&T from the time that the account was opened in June of 2022. After consulting with Cast SA, I was able to determine estimated locations for the phone from June 20.
Now, let me dive deep into something really quick. Pause. This is the problem that I have with social media, because you have daughters and they're attractive and they're, they're doing their thing on YouTube if they're of age. Do you have any clue how many creepy old ass niggas be looking at your daughters? Do you have any clue? I'll tell you. Bad Baby, the moment she turned 18, broke records for OnlyFans. She made $50 million off of OnlyFans. Not showing her body, just her feet, and DMing, messaging. She said the majority of the people were 35 and up. I don't agree with the other shit she talking about. Oh, they should be in jail. Bitch, if they should be in jail, then you get back all the goddamn money then. You wasn't saying shit when you was cashing them damn checks. But anyways, I'm just going to show you there's some predators out there. There's some real live predators out there that be preying on kids. People like to throw the word around a lot, even, what I mean? There's some real live shit. Watch your children on these social media accounts. Watch them.
2022 to present, the time period authorized by the court. The records for the phone showed that the phone was utilizing cellular resources that provide coverage to the area of the King Road residence on at least 12 occasions prior to November 13th, 2022.
Stalking.
All of these occasions, except for one, occurred in the late evening and early morning hours of their respective days. Basically,
Stalking.
what that translates to is that Brian Kohberger's cell phone was pinged in the area of the Kings Road residence 12 times before the date of the murders. And this to me, this is the biggest circle that I have, I think, around.
What's the area?
Forensics in this.
What's the radius?
Because it establishes at least some form of a connection, a historical connection of some kind, between Brian Kohberger and the victims. So I'm going to ask our comment section to partake in this. And I'm just going to ask you, we're going to talk about this generally for a second, Jennifer. Okay.
Great.
What is a college student going to a neighboring town for 12 times before the date that the 4 students are found dead?
Correct.
What is a college student doing going to this house or the area of this house?
Correct.
12 times. All answers are on the table. Use hashtag HeyJB, hashtag HeyJennifer to let me know.
Coffin duffer.
Normal college student or non-normal, it doesn't matter. Just a college student in general is going to the same house repeatedly over and over and over again, late at night, early morning hours. What do you think it is?
Well, the translation from an investigative eye, certainly, JB, is that he was there conducting what we call in the business a site survey. When are these individuals awake? When are these individuals going to sleep? What's the activity going in and out of that house? He's basically looking at this as the target location. Again, if he indeed did commit these crimes, through my investigator lens, that's what I see. If I'm the defense counsel, perhaps I see, someone who was looking to party and to have a good time.
Like Fab.
This was a well-known apparent
I want to party with you.
And maybe he was just going there to see if he could come upon a party to go to. So it certainly depends
Pause. You about 27 years old, my guy. You party with masters, with people, with people that, you know what I mean, of your age. You ain't going to party with no fucking 17, 18-year-olds. What? Listen. I live in a party town. Right? We got more bars, B-A-R-S, more clubs than Buffalo per capita, Rochester, Albany. A bar and a club on every corner. Some of them are college bars and whatnot. Us grown ass don't go there. We don't go there because we know the top age gonna be 20, 21, 19, 18. You're gonna have some chicks that sneak in underage. We don't go there. We don't go. It's mostly college, maximum 23, 22. We don't go there. We go around our way. What you want to go to this house for? And it's a bunch of kids there. Spare me that. If the defense tried that, I'd be like, man, listen, Linda.
On your lens.
Let's go to some of the comments. I think that you're on the same thread that our commenters are on, Jennifer. Tracy says, #KJB. You would go over to a neighboring town 12 times late at night, early morning hours to visit your girlfriend. That's one thing. Brittany says the good shopping, which of course is a sly reference to Kohberger's comments while behind bars in reference that he was going to Idaho, saying that the shopping there was I believe it was better. Okay, so we have this comment, #KJB, he's going 12 times, seems like he's stalking.
Yep.
Perhaps there's one person in particular. But yes, another comment that I am seeing over and over and over again in our comment section as well is this one, like from Joan, that a college student would be making that trek over to a neighboring town for drugs. Maybe, college students, whether it's
weed,
illegal drugs,
coke,
such as marijuana, cocaine, whatever it might be, or drugs that, Adderall is so
meth.
prevalent when it comes to colleges, universities across the country. That's another thing that is coming up here. So the fact that we have these cell phone pings 12 times before November 13th, late at night, early morning hours, tells us that he has some very distinct connection to this place. And why he has that connection is really the mystery. And the FBI, you can now point us in the right direction as far as the FBI investigation. They have this information. This is precious information. They're able to ascertain that based on the cellular location of the suspect, that he was going to this place repeatedly. Mm-hmm. But then how do you take that and then establish why he was going to that place repeatedly?
Well, you have to look at the totality of everything that investigators know. We not only have the cell phone pings, we've also got the video surveillance that involve the white Elantra. We also have what ended up happening, which was a murder took place and a sheath was left behind with connected to his DNA on the sheath.
That's what I'm asking.
You add that all together and you take the totality of all of that, it's so important because it does place him there, and I think that is one of the reasons they were able to charge this as a first-degree premeditated murder. Part of that premeditation they needed to prove is based on the cell phone pings.
Facts.
The cell phone pings to me are so interesting. And then, of course, you have the cell phone ping afterwards. Mm-hmm. The cell phone ping that comes in the 9 o'clock hour, the morning that of course, the students were found deceased at the Kohberger residence. What do you make of the cell phone ping in the aftermath of the murders believed to have taken place around the 4 a.m. hour? So then, of course, you have this return trip by the suspect.
Oh, my bad.
What does an FBI investigator think when he sees the return trip?
When I see that return trip, and we've seen it before, they are going back to sort of look at their handiwork. What is happening? Has it been discovered? I'm sure he believed there would be police everywhere and ambulances and coroner's car, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure he would have thought there would have been more activity than there was there. The other interesting possibility is he knew the sheath was gone.
Yep.
Did he go back,
try to find
unsure
it,
where the sheath had been dislodged? Could it have been in the wooded area? Could it have been
talk
in
to
and
him,
around?
Coffin Dar.
Could he have looked for
Coffin
it?
Doffer.
So I think it's a two-pronged situation.
I find this question to be interesting. It comes in from Nicho, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, or Nico, hashtag HJB. Does Jennifer believe that Brian slashed the killer? And I appreciate the slash there, because Brian is, again, the alleged suspect, had been in the house before that night. Again, I'll read it again. Does Jennifer believe that Brian slash the killer
Yes.
had been in the house before that night?
It was a party house.
Where
Yes.
he was going. This question is asking about familiarity.
Yes.
With the house and the victims.
JB, I believe that that's very possible.
Yes.
And I even more so believe the defense will say this, that he was there. And
so that's why his
use
DNA
that
was
as
there.
an explanation of any DNA, any fingerprints, even the sheath of how it got there.
Pause. I don't know if y'all ever been to college, like, so I don't know your levels, you know what I mean? But me, yes, I have been. All right, for years. A party house. When a party is popping, you don't got a clue. You don't have a clue who rolling up in them houses. You don't have a clue who's rolling up in them houses. He could have been in that house 12 times. They said his cell phone pinged in the late night hours, in the early morning hours, 12 times. Cross-reference that with whenever they had a party, and his defense may have a shingy dingy ding ding ding. The defense may have something saying that, you know, he was there. I done been to I don't know if this was a frat house or sorority house or whatnot, but I have been a part of so many frat parties. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Phi Kappa Psi. 6 stories. 6 stories tall. The house is. The house is 6 stories tall. I'm talking about they got cooks, all that shit. How many people live in the house? Obviously, this house wasn't that big. So it was about 5 people that lived there, whatever, but it was a party house. They have no clue who was coming in and out of our house. No clue.
We know that there were parties that were there.
And for it to be 3 girls and 1 guy who lived there? Come on now, man.
Where the individuals weren't there. And so it was not controlled access, seemingly, at least from the body cam footage that we have and the assertions that are made during that footage. So whether he was there or not, I would not at all doubt he was. And I think the defense will use that.
Yep. Let's go to this comment, and it's Steven who's agreeing with you here. Hashtag AJB. He realized he left the sheath and wanted to see if he could retrieve it. I want to make sure that we're making sure that we're framing this comment correctly. This is Steven, his opinion as to why Brian Kohberger, again, allegedly went back to the scene. Again, was it to retrieve a piece of evidence? Was it to examine the scene to see if there were, cops up and down the street, so on and so forth?
That's a fact, factual.
That's the comment.
Everybody fucked up. Everybody.
This one from
Adderall flying around,
like
coke,
Eames
naked chicks.
What defense
like,
do you think that Brian Kohberger will be mounting, given the fact he requested a preservation of the crime scene? I had the lawyer, Peter Tragos in here. We talked a lot in our previous stream, and I encourage our audience to find it because we really talked about this case and where it goes going forward. But the defense now, he has 5 months, in essence, 5 months.
They got an
prepare
eternity
a
to
defense,
prepare.
to poke holes
Eternity.
into the evidence, basically to poke a hole, multiple holes into this probable cause affidavit. What do you think? What do you think that his legal team might be up to as far as preparing for that next pretrial?
Well, particularly regarding the question and the crime scene.
If your man
crime
only
scene
knew.
reconstructionist
Yeah, that's what
looking
we.
at
If your
things
nigga
like, and this is, I
only
think,
knew
very important.
that
voids.
you was
They're
trying
looking at where
to
blood
bop me
spatter
off.
isn't.
What would he do?
The reason is
your
that
man
gives the
only
shape and so forth of the person, the height possibly of the person that perpetrated this
He'd
crime.
probably
So when you
leave
look where evidence isn't,
alone.
it can be very helpful to reconstructing a crime. And I think the defense will try to look at that and point holes in why it wouldn't be him, someone of his stature, someone of particularly his height, his build. And so they're going to be looking at that from a crime scene analyst perspective. It was very important for them to save that crime scene, so at least another expert could go in and take a look. And JB, I think they're going to be trying to poke holes in the 2011-2013 Elantra issue. It ended up being a 2015. I'll never forget, I was with you when the officer said 2015, and I looked at you and I said,
that's a
did
different
I
body
just hear him
style.
say 2015?
I remember I wasn't sure because I was so used to hearing 2011, 2012, 2013.
See, yeah.
And then when the 2015 thing dropped,
that's a new body
more
style.
Significant than people realize.
That's a new body
when it comes
style.
to, but legally, what's going to transpire going forward?
It was so significant in that I could never understand why our cadre of analysts throughout the United States studying 22,000 cars within that range had not made more progress over a short amount of time, having been involved in those. There's so many working, and they can get through the analysis so quick. And I could never understand why it was taking so long. Well, they were looking for the wrong car.
That's right.
And that was problematic. But I think what the defense will try to skew is that, well, your perpetrator has a 2011 through 2013 Elantra, and that's not my guy. Now, anyone looking closely, when you look at the shape, differences in the body style,
talk to him.
11
talk to
15,
him. So slight.
So slight.
But
and that expert went back, revisited the video, looked at it. I think we're going to see a completely different date on his re-examination.
But if you get a car guy in there, who knows the cars, you can tell the difference. I can tell.
And he's going to show why it could also be, I think he said through 2016 even.
Jennifer Coffendoffer here with us live in the WFLA Now Stream Center as we're welcoming in our digital audience across all platforms. Welcome into the Stream Center. And we have this question that just came in from Shaman Girl, #AJB. And Jennifer, won't they, of course, the defense for Kohberger, be looking for other DNA? And this is kind of a massive question. I'm very glad that Shaman Girl brought this up in our comment section because it's a college residence. There's going to be DNA profiles
everywhere,
all different sorts in that house.
Blood,
spit,
semen,
that part of the process now.
All that.
Oh, it's huge. And another reason, back to that whole crime scene examination by their expert, the FBI and specifically the Idaho State Police evidence recovery team that worked there, they are going to have exactly where they retrieve different samples of DNA in that crime scene, JB. So all of that's going to be tagged and marked and illustrated, and this defense is going to look at all that and say, well, look at all this DNA from this person and this DNA from this person, and if it's been evaluated. If not, the defense can have it evaluated. So it's going to cause some problems, some big problems. But at the end of the day,
she said big problems.
Sheath DNA is going to carry the day, I believe.
On the sheath and on the murder weapon, Capri Smith.
They
wants
might
to
have it
ask
and
you,
not
JB,
saying
actually,
anything.
Jennifer, I'm so glad that you're here to answer this question because this has come up on stream. And
They
I wanted
might.
to ask you this question in particular. Do you think that they have the murder weapon now? It is a big question that we're getting. And
I do.
The reason is because this, of course, the probable cause affidavit is weeks old now. And also, too, at the same time, there's the gag order that has come out. So there's no talking about this from law
LeVar
enforcement.
Redenbacher.
So now you have
That's my true
online,
crime name. Hello here.
if they were to
It's
have
LeVar
found
Redenbacher here. I'm reporting
murder weapon over
live.
the weekend, we as the
Barry
public wouldn't
Schuckmeyer.
know, correct? I mean, Moscow, Idaho police, the FBI. Would that come out via leak, via law enforcement sources speaking?
No.
In your opinion?
I don't think it would come out, JB. Look, it didn't come out.
Unless somebody want to get fired. Unless somebody want to get fired and held in court. Because if you leak some shit like that on a murder case, man, you'll never get hired. And this is LeVar Redenbacher speaking, all right? Shout out to I'm the Mac. You gonna get fired. Amongst other stuff, you let out that there's a murder weapon. Police, detectives, and all that, they let out shit that they want, that they want. You know what I mean? Like, I've watched a bunch of SVU and all that, you know what I mean? So I think I'm a pro at this. You feel me? I done got, like, at least 200 hours in with SVU, CSI, and what's that other one that me and wifey watch? What was that other one? I gotta text her, but we watch another one, too. And so I think I'm good. I'm good. 200 hours logged in. I know these things.
About DM, as I'll call her in the affidavit, that she witnessed. A lot of things did not come out. The sheath didn't come out, which was really the smoking gun, if you will, in this situation. So I don't think the murder weapon recovery would be exposed.
Nope.
They've conducted 4 search warrants, really 5. One was of his person. They've done the apartment. They've done the office. They've done, the house, the car. Normally, if this were a more accomplished criminal, I would say he ditched it. It's gone.
Yeah.
But if it is Mr. Kohberger, he has made so many egregious mistakes. Using his own car, having his cellular phone, having his sheath, to extract the knife from, leaving it behind, that it's possible he could have kept that in his apartment and it could be found.
Goofy.
So it's a big possibility.
In the aftermath of
I don't know who that is.
Being found dead, and the fact that weeks had gone on without there being a suspect or even a person of interest, there was this idea online, and this idea that came to be.
I know who Mariska Harganoff is.
Twitter, on
Mariska.
on the internet, that we were dealing with a quote-unquote mastermind. That whoever did this was so meticulous with their process, and how that they were able to leave so little behind and get away with it, so to speak, as it was believed to be at the time. And now, in your opinion,
I thought that to get my bachelor's in math.
Oh, come on. Shout out to monetization. Some of y'all might never ever know about that.
as far as the moves that he made, the decisions that he made based on, allegations. These are all allegations, innocent until proven guilty.
Oh, yeah, How to Get Away with Murder. That's the other one we watched. How to Get Away with Murder, all right? Yeah, so y'all know How to Get Away with Murder. She taught you how to get away with murder. And this motherfucker must have watched it and said, you know what, I'm going to do all the opposite. I'm not gonna listen to, I forgot her name from How to Get Away with Murder, but she played on Fences. She played on she I think it's Michonne. I think it's wait, no, it's not Michonne. Michonne? No, it can't be Michonne from Walking Dead. They look similar. Shit, it might be Michonne. She played on The Walking Dead as Michonne. She told you how to get away with Viola Davis, goddammit. Yes, Viola Davis. She showed you how to get away with murder. Alright? And he done did the opposite of all this shit. She gave him step by step. And he just said, fuck it, I'm doing my own thing. Shout out to Maid.
The intelligence level of the person that we are.
I would have never got that shit. I'd have been sitting here for hours.
Well, I think he's very intelligent. How many of us have been accepted into a PhD program, been a student teacher from an academic book smart standpoint, I don't think that can be denied per se. But
and Michonne is not Viola Davis, by the way. Her name is Denai, I think. Denai something. So Viola's played on fences. Sorry.
Such a difference between common sense and really logically thinking through things. And I give him some credit.
1609, what up?
It did take law enforcement 7 weeks to solve this. And I know they were onto him somewhat earlier than that, but I don't think a lot earlier than that. And so I have to give him credit, JB. But mastermind, no.
It goes to show that even if, let's say that you are average intelligence or above average intelligence, or let's say even you're highly intelligent, even highly intelligent individuals can make mistakes. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Well, and I believe that the mistakes made were more as a result of him being narcissistic, JB. Thinking he was going to get away with the perfect time due to preparation.
He might be on drugs, y'all. You see that man eyes, his face all sunk in. He looked like, that one commenter said he might have been pinging over there in that area 12 times because he was going to see that his dope man. The dope man. He was going over there to see his connect. Maybe it was Adderall, coke, meth. It's Idaho, so it might have been the meth. Who knows? But he looks like his face is sunken in, his eyes sunken in. He got his hunchback going on. He done lost hella weight. They saying he's an incel, and incels are just pitiful as shit. Just pitiful people. Like, bruh, if a female don't like you, move on, my guy. Fuck. Oh, I've been fat and picked on and ho. Fucking gross, man.
Due to the time of entry, due to choosing a very soft target, all the things he did right became overshadowed by the few he did wrong because I think he just thought he could outsmart.
Because he goofy.
Law enforcement.
So that brings us back to motive.
Goofy.
Sophia wants to know, #HJB, what do we know about the motive? What do we know about the motive? We know so little about motive. Motive is so elusive in this case.
Do we need a motive?
Because you're trying to establish some kind of a connection pre-November 3rd, or excuse me, November 13th, between suspect and victims, right? If you are, I'm almost imagining, and you can tell me if this is just CSI talking or if this is just, the glamour of TV. Is there a big whiteboard at Moscow police headquarters, and do they have motive with a big circle around it on the whiteboard with a question mark on it? I mean, is that what is actually going on when you have investigators trying to determine motive for a crime this high profile?
Well, the biggest thing to keep in mind, of course, is they don't need to prove a motive.
Boom!
Motive is not required by the statute. It's not required to get a conviction, but juries
the people want to know why.
They want to understand.
See, I told y'all. I told y'all. I be knowing these 200 hours plus. I'm telling y'all. I'm LeVar Redenbacher. I told y'all that. The people want to know. They're going to try to get a motive, but if they can't get a motive, they're just going to hang his ass anyways. They're going to hang him. Everybody always want to know why, though. Why? They don't have to know why to get his ass. People want to know why for the Anna Walsh thing. They y'all wild, man.
When you can put a motive to this crime, it helps them to be able to be more understanding, if you will, of the evidence because they see why. In this case, from the beginning, I believed it was a femicide type case, an incel.
Tory Lane's good as cook.
Someone that has felt rejected and felt empty.
I don't think so. It's factual.
No empathy and, in fact, loathed women. That's my belief based on the severity of the crime, based on the targets that were chosen, based on watching his controlling nature to a loved one, his father, based on the writings that I've since seen that are attributed to him when he was younger. That's just the picture that I believe exists.
He ain't getting no pussy. That's what it was.
Mr. Kohberger, if he did do this, only he will be able to truly tell us why.
Ayo, Koffendorfer dropping jewels. Koffendorfer giving us that Mariska Hagata. She giving us that Mariska.
Very interesting. We're going to go more in depth into, of course, Brian Kohberger's.
That's a fact. Hey, listen, I promise you, 1609, if they started hanging motherfuckers down at the city hall again, if they started hanging people in front of the townspeople, yeah, I think less crime. Even when you listen, I was on the scene yesterday of an 11-year-old girl who was shot going to get milk for dinner. Going to get milk. She was shot, killed. The boy was shot, 19-year-old boy. They came, his homies came, picked up him, left the little girl, and skated out. Now, I'm so far strict with it where I'm saying even get them little motherfuckers that picked up his man and brought him to the hospital. And bring them down to City Hall too. Let's go. Bring all the asses. Bring the ones who shot. Bring the ones who left that little baby out there. Bring them all down. Let's bring them to the guillotine. Let's bring them to the guillotine. Let's get all these motherfuckers out the way. Charleston White style. I'm about to be on Charleston White shit. Snitch. Tell on that all of them. I want to be held responsible for putting all you shooting ass, dope dealing ass, murderous ass people away that claim you for the culture and you for the people and all that. But yet you out here killing all of us and selling dope to all of us and doing all that shit. You don't care. I'm up of that mind frame. Charleston White 2.0 here. Thank you.
You know, his makeup.
He never lied. Not one goddamn time.
Of course, there's so much more ahead with this story. I want to give everybody just really quickly, while we have Jennifer Koffendorfer, retired FBI agent and now FBI expert and analyst, joining us here in the Stream Center. This is the last call for questions because what we're going to do, we're going to move on. I want to talk about Anna Walsh. I want to talk about developments with some interesting developments with the lawsuit and new evidence that has still come to light in the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie story. We're going to try to make the most of Jennifer's time while she's physically here with us. Love having you on Zoom.
These dudes, man, you kill Gabby, bro. That case was sad too. And then they left her in like a swampy ass air. Bro, you dudes are just the weakest motherfuckers, man. Like, just move, go, move on. If I can't have Gabby, nobody can. If I can't have Anna, nobody can. Oh, I can't get no pussy, so I'm an incel, and I'm just gonna go to this house and just kill all 40 women and men. Like, yo, bro, what? Oh man, I get a headache, man. I get such a headache. He says, when he said to send rappers to prison because they need it, I fell out of my chair. You also want to facilitate the transition for him. What up, Jewel? He tells the truth, and people don't like that, so that's why they call him a coon. That's why they call him all other type of shit. But the truth is, you got these people that's feeding our children bullshit. They feeding our children bullshit, and our children is listening to it. No matter how much you try to stop it, our children listening to it. Meanwhile, they children going to college. Just like motherfucker said, Jeezy taught your kids how to trap or die. Meanwhile, he didn't even allow his children to listen to his fucking music and went to school. His kids went to school. Cardi B don't let her kids listen to her fucking music. She said that. She don't let them. That's a fact. She do not let them. We got to start snitching on these motherfuckers who killing and shooting. You living next door to them. I don't want you murderous motherfuckers to be living next to me and my kids. I listen, I done popped on the goddamn the child molester app, the pedo app, the Chomo app. I can't even have my goddamn daughters within eyesight without sweating. Literally without sweating. Looking up down the street. Man, listen. I don't trust nobody. Lock them all up. Lock every last one of these motherfuckers up. Throw away the key. Bye-bye.
But also, being able to hit the touchscreen button here and take you to this wide shot and show Jennifer physically in the room with us here in Tampa Bay, it's just a treat.
Sophia, we don't know nothing about motors, Sophia.
Things down with you in person, of course.
Big forehead ass.
It's great to have you, and thank you for coming in. So, LV wants to know, hashtag AJB, what things does Jennifer think about Brian if he is the killer, asking from her FBI background? You want to just quickly, as I look for a couple more comments on this, do you want to answer LV?
Yes. You know, LV, these types of crimes, something this heinous and something this unique in terms of the selection of the victims, doesn't happen often. It truly is rare.
Hashtag heinous.
We in the true crime community seem to surround ourselves by it, so it seems not as unusual, but it's rare, LV. And so are many of the other aspects of this case, particularly his background, and particularly the amount of time it took for a suspect to be named. So from that standpoint, LV, I find the case very intriguing, and I just commend law enforcement, because I do believe that this could have possibly been not just a mass murderer, which he is by definition, but also could have possibly been a fledgling serial killer.
Thomas wants to know, hashtags for us both, did they scan his car for DNA or check tire tracks, have an expert check the tire tracks and match them to his car, or did they check his footprint, circle back to the store? I wanted to ask you about this. As far as the work that's going to be done on the car, and really just forensic work in general, this is still a very active investigation, is it not?
Absolutely. They had all of those search warrants to serve, and they had to go in with crime scene specialists and extract any and all fingerprints, DNA, fibers, blood evidence, you name it, from those locations. And I would believe that in that vehicle, even though we know it was cleaned once, I would believe it was cleaned prior to his father getting into that car because of the blood that would have been there, that this evidence will be recovered if indeed he did do this crime. As you mentioned, the tire tracks, that evidence will be reviewed, footprints to match back to the van's footprint. It will all be reviewed in great detail.
How about this one? This one, we could probably spend we could probably do an hour on this one question. But we'll use this as a transition point from Idaho to some of the other stories I want to cover while we have you here in the Stream Center. Autumn wants to know, hashtag AJB, why do you think the public gravitates towards certain cases like this one, such as Gabby Petito, Delphi, etc.? I have an answer to this, because I was actually talking about this over the weekend.
White girl syndrome.
With a friend of mine. We were talking about why certain cases rise to a level of fascination and following, and some others don't. But I want to hear it from you first.
Say it.
My belief is these victims were so relatable. We all have a daughter, a sister, a cousin, a relative, a good friend that is no different from these victims. And for that reason, combined with, initially at least, the safety factor, right? There was this mass murderer on the loose. But now pouring over to really the personalization, I find that audiences and public at large, we all really care. And we're touched by these losses. And that's why I think...
Stop, Jennifer!
Relatability is big. When people can relate to the hardships of others, there's so many different cases that we could break down when it comes to relatability. The thing to me, why certain stories rise to that level where people are following.
All right, so this is the reason why people hate me or they love me on YouTube, is because I'll tell you straight the fuck up. This is rising on CNN and all that, Gabby Petito, the Delphi murders. So the Delphi murders, for one, so I'm gonna tell you straight up, the Delphi murders is high on up there because of Mr. Ballin. Okay? Mr. Ballin. All right? Who's got about 9 million views on his strange, murderous, and mystery. He does stories, and the Delphi murders was one of them, and it blew up. All right, it blew the fuck up. So that's one of the reasons why. But they're young white girls. They're young white girls. That's the reason. That's the reason why it's crazy. I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth. I know people ain't gonna like it. And I'm not comparing, I'm not contrasting, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's good, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just telling you the straight up truth. That's the reason why it gets so much coverage. Because you got a pretty girl, she's pretty, she's dolled up, she's got blonde hair, and you keep playing her fucking, her TikTok dog over and over again. Like, who's relatable to that? How many people in the world can relate to that? Idaho. In college, Idaho? How relatable was that? What? And I'm not disrespecting these girls at all or anything like that, but what she said was just bogus. That was bogus. And Coffindoffer, I was rolling with you for a minute there too, because you was rivaling Mariska. But that's not the reason why. That's not the reason why. And that's just my opinion, and it's not a fact. This is my opinion.
Following it day and night. Such as Petito, such as Delphi. I think it's because people cannot wrap their minds around a couple of key questions, such as, why did this happen? How could something like this happen? And who could be responsible for something like this?
That's true.
There's always that one massive question that exists over the top of every case, right? And for the one with Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, I think that the fundamental question earlier on with that one is, how are these two on a cross-country road trip together so happy, and then one is missing, and then the other is back in Tampa Bay with her vehicle, and she's missing when they're supposed to be engaged to spend the rest of their lives together?
Facts.
That's the big one there. When we're talking about Anna Walsh, that's the next one we're going to introduce here in a moment. How does a mother of 3 young boys, all 3 of her children now, between the ages of 2 and 6, how does a mother on New Year's Day just completely vanish out of thin air? And who could be responsible for something like that? And then, you know, with the Idaho case, who goes into a house and savagely murders somebody in the middle of the night? 4 college students. The question always is unanswerable, and that's what I think makes it.
Now that we've made travel so expensive.
Yeah, that's part of it. All right, what she said, I don't really agree too much with it, because I don't relate to that. So I guess she's speaking from her point of view, because I don't relate to a bunch of to people in Idaho and, you know, of the Caucasian persuasion. That's not relatable to me. That's not. Now, if they looked like me and they sounded like me and they was like, you know, or not in Idaho or nothing like that, like, then it would be relatable. So I guess she's talking from her point of view, I guess. So that's not neither wrong. But yeah, man. So that's what we have, man. Let me stop the screen. Let me, I was gonna touch on some little DS stuff, but I ain't got it in me right now. Truthfully, I don't really give a fuck about it. So, I was gonna say a few things, react to a few things of a panel that happened last night, 10 Toes Down panel. I thought it was hilarious. But I'm not gonna touch on that right now, because I'm trying to keep my inner inner positivity going. And not that I'm gonna be negative about it. I just thought it was hilarious. Come on, react, let it out. Nah, I don't got nothing to say. I was just gonna react to it. I don't really have nothing to say about it. It was just, I thought it was funny. I told you I use you motherfuckers like entertainment. Like literally, I don't have cable. I got Netflix, I got Fire Stick, and I use y'all motherfuckers for entertainment. So last night when entertainment popped on, I threw a popcorn in the chat, and I just sat back. That's it. I ain't really got much to say about it, man. I missed it, so that's why I asked. Oh, well, since you've missed it, let's go. All right, so we're only gonna do about 10 minutes of it and whatnot. Let's go. Let's go right now. And before I do this, I would like to tell you that I'm not on one side or the other. I do not care. Okay, I don't care about one side or the other. But what Shaft and 050 are doing is highly admirable, because I tried to do the same thing. So what they're doing is they're bringing everybody together and they're trying to promote one another, build each other's channels up, and that's that. Nah, 10 minutes gonna be 10 minutes because I need to go get me something to eat. So what happened was, to make a long story short, they said they set up knowledge. They set up knowledge is key for the okie doke. And I told Knowledge that. I said, damn, bro, you got set up, bro. You never, when a motherfucker requests you to hit the link, you gotta either be ready to go. You gotta be ready to go down with the ship, go that bitch kamikaze style, or just don't go. Cause there's no in between, man. There's no in between. There's no in between. And unfortunately, he didn't go kamikaze style. He went up there in the kind of explanatory way, which they asked him to explain, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it because, I think he's so used to being on his panel where he got the floor and he can explain and whatnot, that he ain't really get a chance to you gotta be strapped up, Jewel. You gotta be ready to clap. You gotta be ready, and you might get your head taken off.
Just the whole thing what the sister said. I'm sure that you heard what she said.
All right, hold on. Let me share screen. Don't try me because I'm surgical with the copyright strikes. You know what I mean? But shout out to 10 Toes. This is his channel right here. Go ahead. It will be in the description just as well as Brian Buckmeyer and JB and Jennifer Haagen-Dazs. And all the links will be in the channel. All right? Here we go.
Is it actual fact what the sister said? No.
All right. So, whoa, pause. Beforehand, a lady came up and said that this man right here was stalking her, went to her place of business, said he gonna slap the shit out of her, all this other stuff, right? So they said, okay, well, let's bring it to the forefront. Let's get this dude over here. Let's try to rectify the situation, right? Beast Stinger has to stop looking at me like that because I'm really I need him to turn his camera off right now. I need Beast Stinger to turn it. Somebody call Beast Stinger and tell him to turn it. Somebody call Beast Stinger and tell him to turn his camera off. I can't look at his face right now. Hold on, let me let me stop. Shout out to Beast Stinger, man. I ain't got no issue.
She making it up.
I'll play the video audio. I'll play the video footage of you on.
I'm sorry. No, hold on. I can't. Why the fuck is he so close to the camera? You see Chyna. You see Mac, me, Shaft back a little bit. Why the fuck is Beast Stinger so close To the camera. All right, y'all. I'm gonna try. Ugh.
I played that video footage, and I played a video footage of you stating last night that I was by myself when you seen me, and you could have slapped the shit out of me and beat me down and jumped back in your car. Is that not a fucking fact?
Hey, yo, hey.
Oh.
Yes or no, nigga?
Yo, listen.
Just yes or no, Knowledge. Did that happen, brother?
Listen. If you gonna let me talk,
yes or no, nigga, man. You just want to yes or no, bitch ass nigga. You shouldn't even be up on this fucking, you fucking faggot ass. You say whatever you want, punk ass nigga. Address me, bitch.
Oh, like.
Man, you fucking wrong with you. You've been stalking niggas. That's good DJ music, nigga. Hold on, Knowledge. Is that a fact, brother? That's it, man. Well, the sister saying she got recordings and videos.
I got it.
Hey, yo, you gonna let me talk, or you gonna let the goofy squad up here talk?
All right, so go.
You talk to me. If you gonna talk to me, we can talk.
Talk.
Right, so number one, first of all, the wax dog nigga, he lying. The crack fiend, snitch, rat nigga that's hiding out in Ohio.
Y'all see me, right? I'm right over here to the right with the popcorn. I'm right over here with the popcorn. Had the feet up. I was just smoking some Gushers that I just got from the dispensary. And I had just rolled it up, and I was sitting back, relaxing. And, yeah. Eating some stuffed shells and shit, you know what I'm saying? And this, scrolled across the desk, and I was like, oh, shit, let's check this out. And I thought it was gonna go somewhere. I'm not gonna hold you. I thought it was gonna go somewhere. I thought it was gonna be a resolution, because, and this is me speaking dead assly. Dead assly, is that a word? I don't know if it's a word. This is me speaking dead assly, right? This shit is tiring and it's corny, man. Like it done been going on too long, man. And that's just me being truthfully honest. It's been going on too long. Now, what you will hear Shaft say, he'll say part 1 was on some Shaft shit, some 10 toes down. Part 2 is 050, because in my head, he's trying to separate the fuck shit from what they were actually trying to do in the beginning. Okay? That's a fact. All right? So what they were trying to do in the beginning is bring everybody together, promote channels, push it, do all whatever. All right, and then it turned into this. So I'm gonna keep playing, and then y'all can,
He lying like a motherfucker.
This ain't about no concept. Violate that nigga.
Let me talk. And as far as this chick, she lying like a motherfucker. Let me tell you where it all from. And we gonna speak truth, right? We gonna talk truth, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she got receipts then.
Hey, yo, you know how many fucking receipts I got of her threatening to pull up on my kids and her brothers?
You're a liar, yo. You lying.
Hey, yo,
lying.
Mother,
You a liar, bro. You a fucking...
Answer the question, nigga.
Do you want me to pull him up now? You want to pull him up?
Pull him up. That's not the question.
Pull him up.
Go to my restaurant.
Pull him up. Pull him up.
Go to my restaurant.
Now, pause. I see a 050 knowledge situation panel happening. I see it happening because Chyna says pull them up. Chyna said pull them up. They're available. That's just my honest opinion. Actually, let me rephrase that. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Just like it's a fact, because it's been going on for so fucking long. This has been going on for so long. We know how it started. The very, 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 very beginning of it. So it needs to end at some point. When will it end? Me? I'm not going nowhere to nobody's house. Nobody's place of employment. I don't give a fuck. You are not going to catch me. I don't give a fuck if I had smoke with a motherfucker that lived in Onondaga County. I'm not going to you. If you want me, you're going to have to come to me. You're going to have to come to me. I'm not going to you. So I would have never did that. I'd have never went there. I'd have never went there. I don't give a fuck what. I'd have never. But I'm not him. He's not me. You see what I'm saying? But the facts remain. He did. Somebody did. One of them did. That's the fact. It's a fact. Just like it's a fact that he has receipts of her threatening and all the rest. It's truth. Let's continue.
If you go to my restaurant at nighttime and daytime, it was supposed to be there. Like, that's what you did.
I don't listen. I'm going to say it like this as a grown man. I'm going to say it and listen. I don't give a fuck about your brother.
Hold on, man. Hold up. What the fuck? Whose shit is this on the left-hand side? God, yo, come on. Y'all got, yeah. Oh my God.
I don't listen. I'm going to say it like this as a grown man. I'm going to say it and listen. I don't give a fuck about your brothers. Stop making them threats, bitch. Stop making them threats. I don't give a fuck. You call them the old.
Yeah, yo.
Man, I wouldn't even play that shit.
Yo.
I don't give no fuck about all of them.
That's people typing in chat. You know I ain't
That's a response to your fucking actions, nigga.
I ain't scared of you, nigga. I ain't scared to say anything to you. I don't care about any of that.
What we talking
about? You coming to my restaurant,
Have you ever been in the shower with a man?
I don't want to hear that shit.
Huh?
Fuck out of here. I said what I
going to the crack of his ass.
I'm not gonna go there. 16. I'm not going there, man. But it's a lot going on in them files in the back. Like I don't know who files them is right there. I don't know who's showing it. I don't know if it's her, him, or whoever. But it's a lot of motherfucking names in them files in the background. I don't know. Like I was looking to see. It got a lot. It's a lot. So I don't know. I ain't that invested, man. God damn. Holy shit.
Oh, quick, y'all. Give me 1 second.
God damn.
I ain't with that shit you talk about.
What I've been with a man.
Look at Chyna face. Look at these niggas' faces.
This goofy ass nigga.
All right, so yo, Dollars, let me ask you this. So then, she making threats. Is it a response to what you doing?
Yeah, what I'm basically telling her is this. Listen, stop making all these fucking threats. All these, your brother gonna pull out.
That's only responding to what you doing. Hold on.
Pause. That's not true. That's not true. It's not. Carry on.
A whole big gap of shit, nigga. Cut it out.
Yes, that's true, Wax. It is a whole big gap of shit that's been left out. I'm talking about countless hours and hours and hours. So that is absolutely correct. There's no way that, this is just my opinion, there's no way to definitively, I mean, everything is recorded. So I guess you could, if you had time, to definitively go back and see when exactly all this shit cracked off and took place. But right now, it's so convoluted. It's so messy. It's got so many different branches and timelines breaking off of it. It's like fucking incursions and Loki, and it's like it's got so much shit going on right now with it that it's impossible to find out if a person is saying something in response or just flying off at the handle. Because one, over here, people don't respond immediately after. Shit, I'll wait weeks. I'll wait a month, 2 months, and just pop off. Motherfucker be over there watching the Andy Griffith show and get a notification like, why the fuck is React going crazy right now? And I'll be talking about some shit from 2 months ago. Now, this is my used to. I don't do this shit no more. I'm long gone. Long time ago. Long time ago. But, so there's no way of telling if you're responding in response or if this was You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, there's no way of telling that at this point in time.
It's the deal, knowledge. You gotta do the knowledge. You gotta do the knowledge. Listen, God, if you God, we do the knowledge. All it takes right now is to just shut it down and stop communicating with
That's
her.
it.
And if she
That's it.
Yo, you gonna hear me up?
That's it. That's it. That's it. I didn't know. I didn't know whose side that was or whatnot, but he he in the receipt sector. He got a lot of motherfucking receipts. I'm talking about files. Files. So when he say he got receipts, Miss Darien, what up? When he say he got when he say he got it, he got it. No bias. Y'all know I'm unbiased. I'm giving props to motherfuckers I don't fucking rock with. I come to defense to people I don't rock with. I have to be unbiased. If he say he got him, he got him. But it needs to end just like 5 or 10 toes down said. I was about to say 5 toes. Shout out to 5 toes. I know you somewhere with a rolled up wife beater with Vaseline on your face, licking on a Tootsie Roll pop. Hey! With lip gloss eyes somewhere. Over everything. Positivity over everything. Fuck out of here.
That's only responding to what you doing. Why you hold on,
You leaving out a whole big gap of shit, nigga. Cut it out.
This is the deal, knowledge. You gotta do the knowledge. You gotta do the knowledge. Listen, God, if you God, we do the knowledge. All it takes right now is to just shut it down and stop communicating with her. And if she
let me tell you, yo, you're gonna hear me out. So let me tell you where it all started from. With all these niggas that's on your panel. It started with a rap nigga that all of them supported.
Pause. Now, when he says, just end it. Just end it. Drop it. Like, you go your way. You go your way. I would have said right there. Even and I know how this shit go. It ain't gonna end. But because you got 700 motherfuckers looking at you, right? Show that you're the bigger person and be like, okay, I'm deading it. From where I'm sitting, you will never get another live about me. You will never get another live from me. You will never get any of that from me. Unless. So you hit that ... Unless I hear you subbing me, I hear you talking shit about me again. That's what I do. Knowing that motherfuckers can't listen. This beef shit is like crack. Crack. You can't help it. Some people just can't help it. Like, ugh. Partly because it garners numbers. When you are talking some real shit on YouTube, you can get 15, 20, 25, whatever people in your chat. If you put in your title some beef shit, your number's gone. You even if you a trash YouTuber, you gonna get 100 in the chat, 200 in the chat. Well, some of you motherfuckers never seen 100 or 200, even with beef, and that's the truth. Sorry, but the beef shit is crazy because it brings views, and when you views and likes is a false sense of, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, we done been down this road.
The panel and who that? I'm talking about her.
He talking about P. He violated P now. He didn't even hear.
That's what I'm telling you. This is where this shit started from.
Right, so wherever it started at, right? Look, this is where we can end it at.
Facts.
You piece yourself out, and that's
Facts.
it. And she go her way, you go your way, and that's it.
Facts.
Hey, yo, who you talking about? Me?
Listen. You got
another piece.
You got this goofy instigating nigga right here, the old 48.
See?
John T. Jones ass nigga.
That's what I'm saying. My name. Suck my dick, you old motherfucker.
All right,
Stop that, nigga. I'm ignorant.
Hold on, stop me. Hold on. Since we talk about stuff right 10 toes down, let's talk about
your knowledge.
Hold on. Let's talk about how this grown ass man, right?
So I'm gonna give you, look at Chyna face. Chyna like, hey, man, god damn, man. Look at Bee Stinger. Bee Stinger. But Shaft thinking right now, damn, we just had a nice build. We promoting. Now look at this shit. Like, this is crazy. This is craziness. Yeah, they got some real animosity with McMean and Knowledge. I stay out of all that shit because that's like, they be talking about Rikers Island and all that shit, and nigga, I ain't never seen a Rikers nothing. I ain't seen none of that. I ain't been banging. Listen, let me say this slowly for y'all. I ain't never banged on a gate. I ain't never what else y'all like to brag about? What else? Banging on a gate, slicing niggas in the face. C79. What else, y'all? What else? I ain't did none of that shit. I am a L7 weenie. But the difference is I admit that shit. I'm a straight up man. That's it. M-A-N. I take care of my children, take care of my responsibilities. That's that. That's that. I ain't seen a Rikers nothing. Shout out to Made Premium. Nothing. None of that. I don't glorify it. I don't talk. That's why I stay out of this shit. But again, I will be in the comment section eating popcorn, entertained.
14, you know, the suckers.
I thought you was talking about Eve and going up on the business.
Let me play this audio of what he just said yesterday, so y'all can hear what I'm
don't give a fuck.
Let her play it, bro. Let her play it, Knowledge.
You said you didn't do it. You said she a liar. Let her play it. You played it.
Do it because
All right, shut it down. Let her play it. Go ahead, Queen.
Oh, okay. So that was Knowledge shit that he showed in the first time. Okay.
I didn't do it because I ain't want the bitch to realize that, bitch, you could have got your whole ass whooped.
Say, there you go, admit it. You only got to play it.
What's the point? Could have got her whole ass whooped and didn't even see it coming. And then the fat bitch that was in the car with her, with your lying ass. You said that the fat Rob was your motherfucking daughter, right? When you was sitting up there lying, you were saying that was your daughter or underage. That was.
Hey, yo, hold on, man. I don't understand this. How is he talking through her channel?
Yo, Shaq.
His channel from his live from last night.
Oh, so she playing it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What?
I got it recorded because that's the evidence that's needed.
That's the audio of him stalking her at her place of business.
I tell you what you do. Go to the police.
Ask him what the fuck was he doing there? Why the fuck would he be there? I don't give a fuck what somebody typed in the chat. Tell me what, as a female, he didn't pull up on wax. He didn't pull up on wax. Why the fuck is he out there with me and clearly saying that I'm by myself and he could have hurt me? This is the problem. He said no, he to be arrested. So that's it. The fuck you mean, nigga? You think what you think, nigga? You in fucking Little Town, Connecticut, in a little red house.
Out of all the beef the nigga claimed he got on YouTube, he went down on the head.
That niggas in the chat, shut the fuck up because I'm
yo, Knowledge. She just put it up there, Knowledge, and you said you didn't do that, bro.
He's a liar.
That's not what I said.
You did. You said she.
Both of y'all lying.
Hey, yo, 10 toes down. Listen, bro. Let's keep it real, my nigga Shaft. You got my number. If you want a clown show, I'm not gonna do that, bro.
You just said that you didn't do that.
Hey, yo, 10 toes down. Listen. Man, you done chopped it up like calls, my nigga. If you gonna call me up here to talk to me respectfully, wouldn't it be respectful to get the whole goofy crew the fuck
Don't matter. What are you doing on my property? I didn't come to your house. I didn't do anything.
Yo, this is a grown man that's doing 8-hour lives calling niggas goofy. He doing 8-hour lives a day calling niggas goofy.
That's some stupid motherfuckers, no matter what a female says. You're not supposed to be on my property threatening to do me bodily harm.
Everybody got the stink face on, like.
Bitch, that's not your property.
Look at China laughing. Look. Pause. Entertainment. These niggas is entertain. Like, yo. Please, for 1 minute, please don't ever get it twisted. This is content for them. I don't want anybody to I don't want anybody to ever get this misconstrued, all right? This was content. This was content. They don't really give a damn about this. They don't care about this. They don't. We've all watched China. We've all watched 050. We've all watched Shaft. I don't watch McMean. I don't know what he does. I've never watched Bee Stinger. And I don't know who the other dude is, but they don't care. Listen, it's like this is content for them. They requested you to hit the link because someone had a gripe. You up there. Now it's content. Everybody, you see all the laughy faces? Look at these laughy faces. Look. Look. Look at the giggles. Come on, man. This is all content, man. Look, we even got Bee Stinger showing that tooth. We got Bee Stinger show. Hold on, let it go.
You lying bitch, that's not your property.
Look, Bee Stinger didn't know if it was okay to laugh. Look, he was like, shit, is it all right to laugh? Hold on. Wait, China laughing? I gotta wait till Shaft laugh. Hold on. Wait, Shaft laughing yet? Is Shaft laughing? There you go. All right, now I can laugh now. God damn it. Shaft laughing, I can laugh now. God damn.
It was too,
Hey, yo, shout out to the Bee Stinger. He be going, yo, listen, he's up against Star and all them. He said Hassan getting rich off his life. He took his life. Damn, that's gotta hurt.
They both were sitting in the car on the license plate, right? If y'all to see how long ass car, fucking two big bitches, then the bitch, right? Then the bitch jumped out the car, right? And I want to say she was on Tommy Live. She pulled up on, bitch jumped out the car.
They not even listening to what the fuck Get Knowledge talking about. They not listening to not a single fucking word Knowledge is talking about. They just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Knowledge. If I was you, I hit up China or 10 Toes and y'all try to get it. Just y'all two. So y'all can, if y'all really trying to dead this shit. If you're, now, I'm going to emphasize, if you're really trying to dead this shit, then I would get up with Shaft and try to dead it. You know what I mean? I would get up with China and try to dead it for y'all two to come up, do what y'all gotta do, and you know what I mean, and end it, because it's been going on long. Like these beefs be lasting forever. That's why you see me. I do the blind symbol. That's me. When I put out that cane. When I put out that cane emoji and I'm just clacking around, that means I'm walking blind. I don't know if you're typing nothing. I don't know if I'm acting like I don't see shit. That's what I mean by that. I don't want no issues. When you subbing me, you're talking shit about me and whatever, and I hear it, I'm throwing that goddamn symbol out. That's me just going along with my goddamn life, all right? Yeah. They're like, there's 500 plus in the chat. Who give a fuck? There's mad people in there like, who are these people? Like, what? And then this Alfie say knowledge like her. Like, it's some little kid shit. Look, like it's some little kid shit. Like Knowledge got a crush on her, so he pulling up to her spot, threatening to slap the shit out of her. Yeah, well, he really like her too, huh? He must like the hell out of her.
Stop it, another
because they only
mute, nigga.
Give it up, nigga. You can go. I can push the button. They're gonna drag you out that house right now. Respectfully. I don't want to take it there. I don't want to take it there. You know what? I will.
Factual, you know what it is. You know ain't nobody typing in here.
A bug out, y'all. That's a real bug out right there. Y'all see what I'm dealing with?
Listen.
Yeah, hit the like button. As long as you stay in the whoa. 24 likes. That means y'all popping in and out. Y'all ain't hitting the like button. What's going on? Ain't nobody else live right now, huh? That's what it is. Yeah, ain't nobody live. I'm gonna play like a couple. This about to end right now, but I'm done.
Hey, old nigga, right? Only thing you gotta do is keep my name out your motherfucking mouth and leave these bitches alone. That's it.
Have you ever been in the shower or with a man and the sun's going and the cracker his ass?
What?
No, he hate when I say this. Basically.
The sun's going in the crack out here. What? All right, what else? We got more?
He's still here.
Yeah. Yo.
Get your bitch ass up out of here. Get your whole ass out of here. Get in your red house and go.
Hey, yo, look at me stinging. That nigga be stinging the truth, yo. Oh, 31, my bad. I ain't gotta refresh.
Get the cum cold ass out of here.
Listen, man, everything is Blinko.
Yeah. Oh, all right, man. Yeah, but that was that, man. Like I said, I ain't on nobody. I ain't on neither one side. I call it like I see it. I'm not biased. Both of y'all told some lies. And I mean, not really much. I don't know if Knowledge understood what he was asking, but the way you answered it, it was a lie because you actually did. But I think what you was trying to say that wasn't her place, so you didn't go to her business because you don't think it's her place. So I think that's where you was coming from with that. And that's ending notes that, I mean, obviously we all can pull out a receipt of someone getting threatened by, Lady. That's her name on my channel, Lady. I mean, that's all I can do at this point in time. Furthermore, I would like to say, listen. If somebody apologizes to you for something that they did wrong, that does not mean that they would like to have sex with you. That doesn't mean that they would like to hold a hand and walk down the aisle together. That doesn't mean that they would like to team up with you, do content. Doesn't mean that you have to like them. Doesn't mean that they are losing sleep over it or anything like that. It just means that they were cleaning their conscience, okay, because they did something wrong. That was it. You have the ability to accept the apology and move on, or you have the ability to not accept it and still remain, stuck on it. Or you have the ability to accept it and still remain stuck on it. But those are your options. Me, I'm done. So I apologize, and I'm keep on getting slapped in the face with an apology. I did it because I fucked up. That's me, because I did. Nobody else. I did. When you die alone. When you die alone. You're the only person that got to deal with you 24/7, 7 days a week. That's it. That is it. So don't let this YouTube shit get y'all. Don't let this YouTube shit get y'all crazy, man. Because likes and subscribers and views and a panel full of people that you think is going against you or is on your side. It's neither of them. They don't care. And I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to everybody. But some women seem to think every man wants them. Oh no, I'm completely taken. That's why my chat used to be 80% women. My channel was about 70% women. I don't make advances. I don't flirt. I don't do none of that on YouTube. Because I am happily locked up. Happily locked up. And the women in my chat and the women on my team, or on my team, on my channel, get well respected. Simple. They get well respected. They don't get called no B words, no none of that, because they come in here and they show love and they're respectable. That's all you get back. That's it. That's all you get back. Yeah. So now, like I said, if you see this, man, I would try to reach out to one of them brothers right there and get you a one-on-one with, with the person if y'all really trying to dead it. If y'all not, it is what it is. Y'all know this is gonna go on for who knows how longer, man. But it's your favorite, man. I'm out of this motherfucker. I'm about to go get me something to eat. What y'all doing? Let me see. A set of keys, true. 1609, you're getting too friendly. I don't like that from you. Calmate. You're sounding dry. Oh, y'all at it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, baby. Crowns. Oh, my God. Y'all y'all gonna wait all the way to the end, huh? Good. Because I'm out of this motherfucker, y'all. Peace.